Hello and welcome to another Magura video workshop. This time, we want to show you how to change the brake lever for the models MT2, MT4, MT5, and models MT6, MT7, and MT8. In general, always make sure that the lever bearing pin is always lined up with the housing from left to right. For this purpose, we should ideally use a soft pad with a hole where I can place this bearing pin. Simply push down the brake handle and knock the lever pin out of the housing. I can then remove the lever from the housing. The piston is secured, so nothing can happen here. This means I do not need to secure the piston and can simply remove the lever. During the insertion, it is important to ensure that the spring holding the lever in the system is positioned so that it is clearly visible here at the back of the housing.
Und dementsprechend auch die Feder innen im Gehäuse, im Hebel drin, mit dem Schenkel hier innen.
And that the spring inside the lever is correctly aligned with the bracket to create an initial tension on the spring.
Den Hebelstift, je nachdem, wenn ich ihn komplett draußen habe, dann einfach wieder so weit einführen, dass auf der einen Seite von der Wange.
When the lever is completely removed, I can simply insert it again, until, looking at it from behind, I am able to push it in relatively easy from the right.
Nun müssen wir einfach hingehen, schauen, dass wir den Hebel mit der Feder wieder sauber eingesetzt haben, dass wir hier dann praktisch auch im Hebel im Auge drin.
Now we need to make sure that we have clearly reinserted the lever with the spring, that we can see the alignment through the eye of the bearing with the pin down, and that the spring really is resting securely on the back of the housing.
Und dann den Stift wieder vorsichtig aufdrücken.
Then carefully reinsert the pin by pushing the housing down on a harder base.
Und dann zum Schluss auch wieder auflegen.
Until the pin is flush with the housing on the left and right. Then check that the brake is functioning correctly, that the spring is correctly positioned, and that the lever can move freely and smoothly. This completes the lever changing process for the models MT2, MT4, and MT5. For the MT6, MT7, and MT8 models with a BAT adjustment, and those models with just the Magura logo, first loosen the adjustment. For example, I will turn this bayonet lock 90 degrees, carefully removing the catch and spring, and press the lever so that I can remove the adjustment, the axis. We need to remove this carefully because of the attached panels. These are lightly glued, so take them off very carefully. And then, of course, place them with the upper side of the table, not the adhesive side. Now, knock the pin out of the housing from left to right again. Then also carefully remove the lever. As with MT2, MT4, and MT5 housings, the piston is secured, so nothing can happen. Then I can change the lever at this point if I want to install another lever. When inserting, make sure once again that the bearing pin is clearly aligned with this connector.
Lagerstift zu dieser Buchse sauber ist und diese dann
and that it is not damaged by the bearing pin when pushing in.
beschädigt wird. Anschließend auch hier wieder mit dem
Then knock in the lever bearing pin until it is flush with the housing.
so weit einschlagen, dass dieser bündig mit dem Gehäuse abschließt.
If necessary, reload from the back so that it is more clearly aligned.
Wirklich dann sauber sitzt. Dann wieder vorsichtig
Then carefully replace the cover.
Blende einfügen. Hier einfach mit der Kante unter den Deckel schieben.
Simply push the edge under the lid. Firmly stick it back on,
Dann auch wieder hierdurch betätigen
and then insert the BAT adjustment or the logo head by pressing the brake lever.
oder den Logo-Knopf einsetzen. Unten
Insert the spring at the bottom. Attach the lock and turn it 90 degrees.
Grad verdrehen. Das Ganze auch
Then check that the whole thing works correctly and moves freely. The brake changing process is then complete for the models MT6, MT7, and MT8.